Hey y'all, my name is Susan Sparks and I'm the senior pastor here at Madison Avenue Baptist Church in New York City. We are a diverse community brought together by faith. We hope that you enjoy our service today.
Good morning, Madison Avenue Baptist Church.
Good morning.
Wow, what a treat. Please pray with me. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So as we get ready to celebrate the Lunar New Year next Saturday, I want to wish you all an early Happy New Year. Gung Hei Fa Choi. Welcome to the Year of the Rat, which is my year. Susan asked me to preach today. I'm honored, I'm terrified, I'm excited, but I'm here. I'm not sure why it is true, but it seems that when God calls people to do something, many of us don't quite feel qualified. When God spoke to Moses in a burning bush and asked him to liberate the Israelites from Egypt, Moses objected. He didn't feel qualified to do the work that God had asked him to do. How could he, a nobody who had trouble speaking, confront Pharaoh? Why would God ask him, who grew up in Pharaoh's house, to take Pharaoh and the powers of Egypt to task? And we know how that turned out. God said, "I will be with you," and God and Moses partnered together to get those folks out of bondage. In today's text, we hear Jeremiah with a similar concern. When Jeremiah heard God's calling on his life, he responded that he was too young and that he did not know how to speak. And let me tell you more about Jeremiah. Jeremiah is considered one of the major prophets in the First Testament. Jeremiah is the son of a priest who came from a small town near Judea, and he began his ministry in 627 BC. Just as was the case with Moses, God partnered with Jeremiah. God told Jeremiah, "Do not be afraid," that God would be with him and would give him the words to speak. Well, I guess I'm a little like Moses and Jeremiah. God called me, and boy, did I resist. When I was in high school and beginning to look at colleges, I turned down even the idea of looking at Christian schools. And once I decided to go to seminary, I resisted again and left in 1996. I wasn't willing to trust God and stay the course. I wondered, why would God call me? Who am I that God could use me? What did I have that God could use? Jeremiah asked the same kind of questions, and what God said to Jeremiah is a comfort to me and encouragement to all of us. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Clearly, God knew something about me, saw something in me that I did not know, and God never gave up on me. So here I am, a seminary graduate, doing work in a church that I love. It has been said that God does not call the qualified, but God qualifies those that are called. God qualifies those that are called. No matter how many times I had said no or thought that I had nothing that God could use, God did not give up. So here I am. It takes what it takes, and God has given me what it takes. No matter how much I made a mess of things, God was with me and did not give up on me. I want to tell you today that just like God called Moses to be a liberator and Jeremiah to be a prophet, he called me to be a minister. You are all called by God to be ministers as well. You are called no matter who you are, no matter your training, to help God bring about God's reign on this earth. You are called to be peacemakers in our families, in the workplace. You are called to be truth tellers in the halls and powers and in the sanctuary. You are called to love the other and to see a vision of an America that is for all of us, no matter our ethnicity, sexual orientation, or gender. You are called to be stewards of this earth and your resources. You are called to love one another, to love your neighbor, and to love your God. And you are called just exactly as you are. Moses was called to his story, a Levite raised in Pharaoh's house, with his flaws, his mistakes, and his unsure speech. Jeremiah was called with his uncertainty and his history, his gifts and his challenges, and I am called with my story. Chinese girl child, the youngest of Herbert and Elsie, my story. I didn't leave any part of myself at home or off the table to do what God is calling me to do. Being called doesn't mean that we are to give up our heritage and forget our customs and traditions and the cultures of our parents and grandparents and those who came before us. And I submit to you this morning, if we believe that God loves us as we are, then God loves all the things about us. We get to bring our full selves to the one who formed us and knows us, to the one who set us apart to help and heal the world, even before we were born. And today, as we start to celebrate the Lunar New Year, which is the most important day in the Chinese calendar, I remember as a child how important that day was to my family. In those days, Chinese New Year's was not a public school holiday, so I went to school. I was the only one there. And, our parents had to work, so we would gather for dinner after everyone got up from work, everybody gathered, and we'd have a huge meal. And usually that meal consisted of a whole fish, a poached chicken, Buddha's Delight, which is considered a vegetarian dish, for a long life, and a lucky start. And I'll always remember those family times because they make me who I am today. Who am I? My name is Gloria Moy, and I am second-generation Chinese American, a woman, a lesbian, a minister, a runner, a sister, a daughter, a friend. God has called me, all of me, to do this work. I bring all of my story with me. I don't forget who I am. And friends, today I encourage you to embrace all of who you are and the traditions and customs that your elders have passed on to you. You matter to God. Your story matters to God. All of who you are is precious in God's sight. And remember, no matter where you are, remember who you are. God, you are God's, and He loves you just the way you are. Thank you. Amen.
Safe inside your hand, you hold me. Pain and tribulations mold me. I try to run away from you, the pain's too great. I fall upon my knees and start to pray. Then you hear the words you long for me to say. Make of me a vessel that you can always use. No matter how you break me, what I win, what I lose. Let me be a vessel pure and holy, perfect in your eyes. Lord, hear me when I cry for you to make me a vessel. Deep inside my heart, you've shown me, in spite of all my sins, you know me. I try to run away again. I break your heart with all my sin. I fall upon my knees with tear-stained eyes. I run to you with broken heart and cry. Make me a vessel that you can always use. No matter how you break me, what I win, what I lose. Let me be a vessel pure and holy, perfect in your eyes. Lord, hear me when I cry for you to make me a vessel. Make me into what you want me to be. Oh Lord, let my prayer be. Make me a vessel that you can always use. No matter how you break me, what I win, what I lose. Let me be a vessel pure
Friends, as you leave here today, always remember that God loves you just the way you are, and you are His. So please, as you leave, never forget who you are and whose you are. And as we depart today, may God's peace be with you, and may God's face shine upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh.
Thanks for joining us. Madison Avenue Baptist Church is located at 31st and Madison Avenue in New York City. Our website is www.mabcnyc.org.